Welcome, everyone.
Hi, Philippe.
Hey, Rick.
Hello.
Welcome, gentlemen, pool operators. Glad to have you here.
Glad to be here.
Good to be here.
Hello. Great to be here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, I'm going to introduce the episode and let's get started. This is a celebration today. Welcome, everyone, to the Cardano Effect Podcast, episode 100. The purpose of this podcast is to take high-level developer information and projects that are occurring within the Cardano space and break them down into bite-sized, consumable pieces of information for everyday use. I'm your host, Philippe, and let's get this podcast started. Rick and myself are the hosts of the Cardano Effect Podcast, and we have a wonderful celebratory episode today for our episode 100. I don't know if you can see it. 2 moon balls, 2 ADA moon balls with a 1. We didn't time it like this. It just happened. I have a quick PSA to read from the Cardano Foundation. So anyone that's holding ADA on an exchange, you should listen up. And everyone in general, this is also a PSA for scams. It's going to take 1 or 2 minutes to read. It's also on the Cardano forum. It reads, as many of you know, Shelley will be going live on the Cardano mainnet today at 2144 UTC to be exact. Shelley is a considerable undertaking for the integration, exchange relationship, and technical teams at the Cardano Foundation, as the Cardano blockchain will be undergoing a hard fork. While we do not foresee any disruptions to Shelley's rollout on our end, there may be other third parties who will take longer to update their infrastructure, and we would like to make everyone aware of these potential scenarios here. Owing to the complexity involved in maintaining support for ADA, exchanges will only be able to update their infrastructure in the final stages of the Shelley hard fork process. As a result, some exchanges will likely experience downtime in their ADA support, most likely affecting wallet deposits and withdrawals. Exchange updates will not occur simultaneously. Some exchanges may be functioning at full capacity before others. As ADA is traded on a large number of exchanges, not every exchange will make its status known to us. Likewise, some exchanges may communicate updates separately with their customers. The readiness of each separate exchange will be updated via the support portal twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening UK time. The Cardano Foundation has kept exchanges informed throughout the entire Shelley rollout. We would like to remind users that their funds will remain safe during this process, but nevertheless, we recommend users do not attempt to send funds to an exchange address that is currently under maintenance. Rest assured that even if exchanges experience downtime on ADA trading pairs, that this is a transient event and normal services will resume. Trading should remain unaffected during this time. The Cardano Foundation would like to remind ADA holders that they are not required to do anything to prepare for Shelley. On this note, we also kindly request that the Cardano community stay vigilant throughout the Shelley hard fork period, paying particular attention to fraudulent actors who seek to exploit the development of Shelley. You will never be contacted by a member of the Cardano Foundation, Emergo, or IOHK unless you have reached out to them, and you will never be asked to move your ADA. This is particularly relevant during Shelley's rollout, as fraudulent parties may pose as official Cardano representatives and encourage you to transfer ADA ready for the hard fork. Lastly, there may be as of yet unforeseen disruptions to the Shelley rollout process. The likelihood of these unexpected events occurring is small. However, we ask for the Cardano community's assistance in identifying and reporting any unusual activity that may arise during the hard fork. Together, we can make Cardano better for the few and for the many. So anyone that's keeping their ADA on exchange, stay vigilant. Don't move your things around while they're undergoing their wallet restoration processes. And I always recommend people to either download Daedalus or use Yoroi. That being said, none of what we say on this podcast is financial advice. Remember, you are your best financial advisor. And if you don't think you are, you need to find someone who's qualified to do so. Rick, I've been trying to tell everyone that we didn't start the Cardano Effect podcast with the intention of having 100 land on the day that the Shelley hard fork happened. I don't know. The algorithm just chose it. So how are you doing today? What's going on? Happy 100th episode. Happy Shelley Day.
Happy 100, happy Shelley Day, man. It's been awesome. It's just been fantastic. We couldn't have planned this any better, but it was pretty much planned. This big plan came together. I would like to give a shout out to the Cardano Foundation for sponsoring this podcast. Thank you very much for sponsoring us and helping make all these things possible. And I'm really glad to have all the stake pool operators here with us today for this magnificent celebration. I would like to remind all new viewers to this podcast The podcast is available on all major audio streaming platforms, including the Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Deezer, Spotify, iHeart, all of them. Just all of them. That's how big we got. 100 episodes. We're on all of them now. That's a good reminder. So, all right. Thank you, everyone, for being here. There is a large number of viewers with us today. We'll try to get to your questions in chat. But again, feel free to help each other out in chat if you have questions about what's going on. When is Daedalus coming out, or the latest updates to Daedalus? We have the pool operators who are here to talk with us about all the latest technical updates. And I would like to start by winding back in time. Well, first, I'd like to thank, and then I'll wind back in time. I would like to thank Mike, Kyle, Pay, Umed, and Einstein for returning to the podcast. And new to the podcast today is Marco. Thank you, Marco, for coming on the podcast. We appreciate it. So September 28th, 29th of 2017, Cardano launched out on the mainnet in a federated form. And here we are in July 29th, 2020, a magnificent day with the birth of the decentralized Shelley mainnet coming up here at 5:44 and 51 seconds, I think it is. I have the countdown timer right up here that we'll pull up a little later. And so that's in 38 minutes and 42 seconds from now. We'll have
Goosebumps.
Goosebumps. Yeah, very exciting. Everyone is excited. So thank you all for being here. So there's a few things we were just going to talk about and just say, let's have a launch party. So we have launch party coming up, and everybody here is pool operators. How are you guys doing with this setup? I mean, has it been stressful? Has it been a lot of work? Have you got much sleep? Who wants to tell me a little bit of their story about leading up to today?
Not
Papa
much
Card,
sleep
you
for
don't
me.
sleep much. There you go, Mike. What do you got?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just trying to keep everything going. You know, the nice thing is this morning, I finally loaded in the last Genesis I'll have to load into Pool Tool ever, I hope. Right. So after the ITN, all the original ITN versions that we had, and then the ITN went for a while. And then we've been doing 10 different Genesis candidates just to get here. So now today I finally loaded in the last one. And every time I loaded in, into Pool Tool, something breaks, something, has to get tweaked or changed. I have to upgrade something. So pretty much every time there's new Genesis, I have a lot of work to do. But yeah, it's been great. And then this morning was all about just getting all my relays set up and getting the node going, getting everything registered for the relays, getting everything upgraded. So it's been a fun day, honestly. It's a lot of anticipation. And even though, we're going to go across this hard fork time and it's like, it's going to be okay, we're through. And now we're making blocks again. But still, there's something about today that's just amazing.
Has been amazing, because what it does is it takes something that's abstract, something that's just code, and it makes it visual. So people who are visual learners, people who connect with visual items, are able to say, oh, okay, I get it now, right? And that has been super important, I think, for the community. So I think everybody else wants to thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely, Mike. Thank you for that. And
the ninth pool operator just showed up. So Charles is running a pool as well.
Yeah.
Charles, how you doing today?
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
yeah.
Great.
I bought a new microphone. Let's see. This is my HyperX Quad X.
Pretty nice.
How do I sound?
Island.
Great.
It sounds good when it's close by. It sounds really good when it's close.
We're really good when it's close, so I have to lean in like this, huh?
Oh, okay. It does sound really good. It does sound good.
Okay.
What's the name of your pool, Charles?
I haven't named it yet. We haven't set it up yet. I was talking to Sam about it. I said, look, let's just survive the hard fork, and then tomorrow we'll figure out how to set up a pool. But I got this Intel NUC, and I got Nix OS and everything ready to go. And I said, shit, let's just hook that up to a big TV, and we'll run the pool inside the office, and people can see the logs and everything real time and walk by. It'll be kind of like an art piece alongside a stake pool. But I'll do a live stream or some sort of AMA about it.
Nice. Get that out. And Marco's got a pool. He's got a team of people working. What do you got going on over there, Marco? How was this setup? How was your experience coming up to this point?
Well, we've been approaching this a lot like the NFL draft, right? So we have the team out back at the table with all of the laptops, the TV monitor. We were running through the game plan last night. We threw it all up. We made our wallets. We did the whole wallet chart. Okay, this is going to go here. The rewards are going to go here. Then and we did it all last night. So we're all ready for today. And I would like to bring Adam Dean in. A lot of you guys have seen him on Telegram. He's been helping people, set up. putting in like 10 hours a day, at least in the staking pool. And here he is right here. We want to say hi, Adam.
Hey,
Oh,
guys.
I finally get to meet you. Hi,
Nice,
Adam.
So yeah, and so he's been a big help in the telegrams and helping answer questions, getting everybody situated. And I think he worked a little bit with Rick on the spoofing, where he tried to spoof you as well to test you guys.
Yeah, tell him thanks.
That was him that spoofed you?
Well, this was the second time. This was after he'd actually talked to him and he
I'm a
wanted to
target.
This was not the first attempt, right? This was a coordinated one with Rick. So
Yeah. Oh man. So that's Adam. Well, tell him I said thanks. Good job, Adam. And he is very helpful to a lot of folks on the channels there. And Kyle Solomon has as well with the Stake Pool Bootstrap channel. You've spent probably 7 months on the Bootstrap channel. You've mentored, gosh, I can't even imagine, 40 people or so, stake pool operators, helping them get up and running. Tell us about that experience, Kyle. How'd that go?
Mostly good for the most part, you know. I mean, you've got all these little guys that were really excited just to make their first block, and through that, we had to manage the featured pool feed on Pool Tool, and so, kind of juggling all that was challenging. But when these guys hit their blocks, I mean, we got a lot of operators off the ground. I think before we were said and done, we probably ran about 60 or 70 through, and we got a lot of good success out of there. So that was a big help, and moving through that, that's just part of the game, right? We've got to be as decentralized as possible, and there's one way I could contribute, so it was an experience. Most everybody was happy. We had to adapt, a couple times in there to keep it going, but it's good. A lot of guys made it here. A lot of guys are moving to mainnet, so I would consider it a success. We might have to kick that back up too. We'll have to see how
Oh,
No, that
might be an opportunity as well.
okay, cool. Yeah, the audio video cut just a little bit there. Kyle has his he's kind of out there remote, out in the middle of nowhere in the swamp. But the nodes are somewhere safe. The nodes are somewhere safe, and
nodes are very safe. Yeah, we're running 18 nodes. So yeah, we're doing a lot of piping, and they're all over the world.
wow. And it's an honor to work with you, man. With all the hard work you've done, I appreciate it. Everyone appreciates it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Thanks, guys.
and you bet. And Pay, tell us about your pool and a little bit about your YouTube channel. A lot of people watch Big Pay over there on YouTube. You're really helping people out. How's that going?
It's going great. This is actually my first time announcing my pool today on this live stream. I was worried about kind of what happened to you, Rick, is where they spoofed your name. So I've been a little, so to speak, nervous about putting my pool name out there, but I'm excited to announce it today. It's called Bloom Pool. There's 3 things we're offering. It's reliability, transparency, and damn good rewards. And how we're going to offer that is we're going to do 2 pools, 2.5 million pledge apiece, and then Epoch 1. There's going to be 20 million ADA delegated Epoch 1. I spoke to a couple partners because I was really worried about that. So we're going with the minimum cost, the 340 ADA per Epoch. So I was worried about that, especially the first few epochs, that taking a big chunk out of people's rewards. So I think starting off with 20 million ADA delegated in each pool is really going to help people and push the pools up. But as far as the YouTube goes, I've been having a good time making videos. I really made my channel just for my pool. And it's kind of turned into something else, and I'm really excited to make some more stake pool videos and show people how to get stake pools up and running.
Nice. Yeah, man, that's a hell of a pledge, dude.
Yeah.
That's good, man. That's good. That's good.
nice.
Yeah, you look well rested too. How'd you manage that?
Maybe it's the Photoshop on me or something, man. I'm not very well rested. I was up pretty late last night getting my relays going, getting the nodes ready and sync for today, because as soon as this podcast is over, I'm going to be up all night again.
Oh, good for you, bro. Good for you. Hang in there, man. You got this. You got this.
The team's working really hard at getting Smash out for you guys as well, and that'll resolve a lot of the spoofing issues that people have been complaining about. It was actually supposed to be finished 2 weeks ago, and it was just one of those things that it was dependent on other things being done, like the DB sync and so forth, and those were a bit delayed because of a variety of issues. And so we've got everything done. It's just unfortunately Smash was the victim of that, but it should be out today or tomorrow. the end of the week at the latest, and that should resolve all those issues before August 3rd.
All right, sounds good. I like that name, Smash Server. When I first heard that, I had to ask people, what's a Smash Server? They said, Stake Pool Metadata Aggregation Server something or other. And I'm like, cool. What is it? What does it do, Charles? What does a Smash Server do for us?
Oh, it's just a place to put metadata, and it should allow you guys to enjoy some uniqueness in your tickers. The problem is that we can't do a blockchain-based enforcement of like a 4-digit ticker, because there'd be the same thing as like a domain name creep, where it would saturate really quickly. So you have to allow tickers to basically the same tickers to be registered by different people when you're talking about those symbols, but the actual metadata, the hash of it, can be stored somewhere else. And there's many different ways to enforce a unique namespace at that point. But an aggregation server is one good solution for that. But you guys, actually, the stake pool operators, look like you guys independently came up with your own solution for this.
Yes, we did. We'd like to see them in the wallets.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yep.
That
We're
was
up
like
to
so
94.
impressive. That's like go Cardano community.
Yeah, Puppet Carp, how'd you do it, man? How the heck did you figure out to use the ITN signing key to
I don't take any credit for that whatsoever. So that was all Marcus Guffmar, as you guys know him. So
Marcus Guffler, yeah.
Yeah, he came up with the original idea, and he approached me to like, how can we kind of make this work and have something, put together so that maybe maybe the wallets will do some with it. So I implemented it first on Pool Tool, and people loved it. They loved the green check mark, and then even the people that aren't on ITN, they want the green check mark, right? Because right, because everyone wants a green check mark. That seems like a good thing. So anyway, so now there's 94 pools on Pool Tool that have that on there. I know 88 pools did something similar to it. Pegasus app put it on there. So it kind of has, like Charles said, it kind of has community driven. But we all know, Charles, that if Daedalus doesn't do it or Yorick doesn't do it, then that's where it really matters. So we're looking forward to the Smash Server, whatever the implementation is.
Yeah, it should be out this week. Worst case scenario next week, but I don't see any reason why it shouldn't be out this week. It was supposed to be out, as I mentioned, 2 weeks ago. It's just, guys, we were trying to get everything done. There was a fucking lot.
Yeah.
Charles, you sound tired.
Everybody's tired, man. We're exhausted. No one's been sleeping. In fact, this weekend was probably the hardest weekend we've ever had. We worked 3 shifts where people would do 8 hours, and then the next shift would pick it up, and then the next shift would pick it up. So we get 24 hours of code development across the entire world. And the QA guys, I don't know what drugs we gave them, but they didn't sleep at all. They were just pushing and pushing and pushing, because we had to run like a week's worth of test scenarios in 2 days to get through all that before we got to the endorsement period, where we crossed the point of no return for the hard fork. Because we submitted the hard fork proposal on Friday, but that's like putting a rocket and fueling it up. You can always abort the launch, but when you do the endorsement, that's like pushing the button launch, and the rocket's now taking off. And then when the hard fork happens, that's when you hit orbit. So you have to be really sure when you push that button that the rocket's not going to explode. And so we had this huge exhaustive checklist of things that we needed to get through, and we had to make some last minute changes here and there. And it was a nightmare, but we got through it. We got through all of it. It's there, and we're ready to go. And let's see here in like 40 minutes, I think the hard fork's going to happen. So you guys get to see if we did it right or wrong.
26 minutes and 23 seconds.
Oh, don't remind me. Oh God.
Umed, how you doing over there?
Hey, Philippe, how you doing? Pretty good. I'm all locked and loaded, and it's been quite a few days of no sleep. Kind of reminiscent, it reminds me of the early days of Jormungandr, when we did not get any sleep.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
everybody was so ready to go, and I launched my nodes on the mainnet yesterday, the relays, and they're coming along pretty well. I mean, they just synced up overnight, and everything is going well. I'm testing my hardware, which I'm really proud of, with 16 cores and 32 threads. It's just amazing watching it in action. It's just goes through everything without any losing any steam.
And these Haskell nodes are amazing too, aren't they, Umed? I mean, they're just, you turn them on and walk away and go to sleep, and you're like, whatever.
I know.
They just run.
I mean, I remember talking to Kyle when we just started. It was like, hey, dude, did you get sleep? Nope. Did you get sleep? No. I just restarted my node. My strategies just restarted every, like 5 minutes before the block. And then I've done that a couple of times. 8 minutes. Yeah. We had that strategy basically. It's like we wanted to make sure that the node is not stale, and then the topography is updated and everything. So it was quite the challenge. A couple of times when I lost it, just because it didn't have time, that was devastating. But yeah,
well yeah. On that note, I don't want to interrupt you, Umed, but I think it's a good time to give a shout out to Michael Fazio of Sandpool.
Yes.
Thank you for giving us sleep, my friend. Thank you.
Yeah.
That is absolutely true.
And Andrew, with your manager.
And Andrew too.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a key for me.
There's a lot
for
of
all
good
the new operators who think everything is so easy and smooth now. Remember, there was 8 months or 9 months of a lot of work that everybody put in, making sure that we got to this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
I was thinking about it though, and it was actually a really good experience for all of us to have that. Not only did we bond together, but we had to communally solve problems together. And we all had to share information. So we'd honestly be a very different community right now if we didn't have that bonding experience to go through, right? If we just jumped right into the Haskell node, for example, and it just it never shut down, and it worked pretty well from the get-go.
Yeah, it's the weirdest group of competitors. I mean, the vast expertise that you guys all bring to the table. Everybody's talented in their own ways, and we don't withhold information. We share, and we're friendly competitors at the end of the day, but when it hits the fan, I mean, we come together and it's pretty cool.
Yeah. We're friendly competitors because, at the end of a football game, they can still shake hands and give each other high fives just like we're doing here and still compete with each other, right? Because we're building a team. We're not building a team. We compete with each other, but, man, we're going to compete with Bitcoin and Ethereum. So we need the team for that. And this is the team.
We all win.
This is the team for it right here.
We got some special guests here. We have Jer Maroney and Romain Pellerin. Romain's the CTO of IO Global, and Jer's our director of operations. So, guys, how's the hard fork? What's going on? You're on mute, Roman.
Waiting for the countdown to count. Actually, we are monitoring the situation, and everything is fine for now.
Everything's go for launch. No, we've already launched. We're just entering orbit now. Is that right, Charles?
Yeah. The rocket hasn't blown up yet, and the astronauts are still alive. The life support system hasn't failed yet. Jer, how's everything on your side? What time is it in Ireland?
It's 10:22 p.m.
10:22. So, have you slept yet? When's the last time you went to bed?
I think on and off since last Friday, I've seen my bed, but this evening I hope to see it a bit longer. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jer and Roman, for all the work that you guys have been doing. We very much appreciate it. We know we can be kind of how is it? We can weigh heavy on the shoulders in the Telegram channels, but we appreciate you guys working with us and hanging in there. Is heavy on the shoulders? Is that a nice way of putting it?
I think you described it very, very well. Yes.
Thank you for bearing with us.
I learned a new word. I'm French, so I learned a word. It's named pita or something. No,
feedback. Yeah.
No. Feedback. Constructive feedback.
Well, what's the word in French?
Not for a live stream.
It's too early in the day for that one. Yeah.
Of a great help, I would say. It's nice to have this SPO around. It's of a great help.
So what's happening real time behind the scenes, guys? Where are people at?
Well, they're all kind of we've done our preparations with the ops team. We've done a lot of scenario stuff to get ready and to be prepared, like warmed up the team just to be there. They're monitoring systems. They're getting together in a room. The HK team are getting together just to kind of be there and to look at the countdown and to observe the logs and just to get feedback from Sam and the DevOps team, Charles, about what's going on. So everybody's excited. I'd say that's the understatement.
Do we have any statistics yet from the Daedalus Wallet website of how many people have started downloading the new client and how many people are syncing from the relays?
I didn't get that before I went into this call, no. But I'll ask the team right now because they have metrics on that. Just give me a moment.
All right, cool beans.
That's awesome. Real-time metrics, real-time feedback.
Yeah.
Well, we have the A team here, guys.
Yeah. Oh, we certainly do. And Sam is here. So
Sam
it's
just dialed in.
definitely, I
Daniel.
saw Sam pop in.
The man of the hour, Mr. DevOps. Welcome
Sam,
to the
our hero.
Cardano Effect. You're live. And you're on mute.
There you are. Hey, Sam.
Everybody
appreciate
always forgets to
you.
mute on Zoom.
The beard's longer than last time I saw him.
Yeah.
Sam, wake up. Sam, it's on mute. Okay. No, so thanks guys for everything you've done coming up to this point. Sam bringing up all the different test nets. We've gone from Shelley test net to mainnet candidate 1, 2, 3, and 4 in like the last 3 weeks? Was it about 3 weeks? We went through 5 test nets approximately. And Sam has been the wizard behind the curtains, making it all work and bringing up the Genesis files and topologies up and getting them out to us and putting up with us in Telegram and getting us up and running really. And I think it was great because it's like we had our you got to have your training wheels on. You don't want to learn how to ride a motorcycle on the freeway. So he helped us learn in the parking lot and then brought us out onto the freeway where we're launching on mainnet now. And everybody's well trained. My guess was we have about 500 pool operators out there who are proficient. Is that about right? I'm guessing. That's kind of like a rough ballpark number, but there are hundreds of proficient pool operators, so we're going to have no problem coming up on mainnet.
Jared, how many did we have on that list of stake pool operators from the ITN? Do you remember the number? It
was up to over 1,000 at the end. Over 1,000 registered. Not as many active all the time, but over 1,000. I think we initially thought that we were going to get 150, but then when it got over 1,000, we stopped counting. But it was, we were far more oversubscribed than we thought we would be. It was good.
Hey, Sam, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. This is the wizard of the hour, Mr. DevOps. I don't think he slept in 3 years.
between Cardano and the kids, probably pretty close to that.
Exactly. So how's the network? Where are we at?
It's looking good right now. We're about 20 minutes-ish away from the hard fork here. Everything's looking good.
All right.
We have multiple gigabytes of people downloading the chain right now, and the relays are handling it very well.
Wow. Do we have any download numbers of how many people have already downloaded and installed the new Daedalus client?
It's delayed by 24 hours. It's delayed by 24 hours. Charles, the guys have just told me. So it won't appear on Google Analytics.
Until tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
So unfortunately, it's not live.
We have one for sure.
Okay, we'll just draw a poll. Has everybody downloaded Daedalus here?
Yep.
There we go. We have at least 10.
I haven't.
So, out of morbid curiosity, how many test nets did we spin up over the last 2 weeks?
A lot.
Okay, there was.
Do you include the respin or not?
Sure. I'm looking for a big number.
I'd say you're in double digits, I would say, at this point.
Yeah.
So on Pool Tool, they are allowed to assign integers in a table of mine. So I'm on 18 for the mainnet now. So that's 18 test nets that we built out.
18 test nets.
Yeah, that includes some of the the private ones and stuff like that too. But it's a lot.
Yeah, Sam, how many did we do internally? Do you remember?
That sounds pretty close to it. I'd say it's probably close to 20.
Wow. How many times did we test the hard fork combinator?
This week?
Oh, are you counting just in public test nets, or are you counting in local clusters too?
Yeah, the local clusters, because nobody can see
So
those.
local clusters, I would say I tested it 50 to 100 times.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
And did we do the stress testing this weekend on the mainnet candidate?
Yeah, there was some stress testing definitely done. Some transaction generators. That was on a separate mainnet candidate than what everyone was connected to. But yeah, we came back that we pretty much could handle all the transactions that would fit in the block.
So we saturated the blocks completely for how long?
Yeah. I don't know exactly. That was the benchmarking team that was doing that, and I didn't get the full details on it, but the summary was really, really positive.
Yeah, we actually have a very sophisticated benchmarking framework that we constructed throughout the years with Alexander's team over in Switzerland, and they can do all kinds of cool stuff and bash the hell out of things with tons of transactions and saturate the blocks and see if we can cause all kinds of memory havoc and CPU havoc and so forth. So we use that as part of our QA process to get an understanding of whether we have performance regressions whenever we go from one version to the next. And everything was green this weekend, so things are looking pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I think we had a few issues with the REST side of things and the GraphQL side of things, and that all got patched up too over the weekend and on Monday, and a little bit today.
There were some small bugs with the rest, but that's been resolved again.
There's a saying for that. It's called shitting while you run. You want to win the marathon, and you're not going to take a bathroom break. So just let it out and keep going. That's what we did.
Well, you guys did great.
Rick, I wanted to get Icestein because he didn't introduce himself today. So Icestein, how are you doing today? What's going on? What's happening?
I'm great. I guess I made a short video for this event now, like 2 minutes, and I wanted to screen share it. It's a bit thank you to everyone, and also thank you to you at the Cardano Effect for having 100 episodes. And I really like to see that Kyle said some thank yous to some of the other community members, because at the end of the day, we are one community and we learned so much together. So can I try that? Can I try to share a video? It's like 2 minutes, and it's showing some of the Shelley release now and some quotes from Charles. Will that be fine?
Yeah, the audio might not forward, but the video will.
Oh, okay. Host disable participants screen sharing. Okay. I will just drop the link down.
The background.
Yeah, we're going to have to drop off our guys because we have to get back to the monitoring room. But I did want to drop by real quick to say hello to everybody. And thank you guys for being here. We will see you guys on the other side of the hard fork, okay?
We appreciate you, Charles.
Sounds good.
Yeah, thank you, Charles.
Thank you, Charles.
Thank you,
for
Charles.
everything.
Charles, thank you, Sam. Thank you, Gerard. Thank you,
guys.
Romain.
Yep.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye, Gerard.
Sam,
Thank
thank
you, Sam.
you.
Bye.
Bye, Sam. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Oh, fantastic. And
As we are, I mean, whoever's watching this, we are less than 15 minutes away. We're less than 15 minutes away. I don't know how how long do you want to count down? Like, do you want to do a 30-second countdown, 10-second countdown? What do you think, Rick?
We'll do a 10-second like NASA.
Okay, that sounds good.
There's more anticipation. There's more on the edge of the seat. Like we'll do T-minus 3 minutes, right? T-minus 1 minute.
Okay.
Then the countdown only goes at 10 seconds.
Sounds good.
So where are we at? We are at T-minus 12 minutes.
Is there a way we could take a look at the an Explorer? Maybe there was going to be a visual sort of difference between the two. Is there anything that we could just kind of look at right at the moment?
Yeah, right here. I'm putting it up on the screen. Tell me if can you guys see that?
Okay, that works.
Look at that. Now
There it goes. Yeah, okay, that's cool.
11.
And there's advertisements on it. Now, Papa Carp, did you happen to sync up Daedalus?
No, it's 9.47% synced.
9.47%, Roger. Okay. No, I'm bringing down the screen share. 9.47%.
How long did it take everybody else to think through? I think mine took about 5 minutes, and then about another 5 minutes for the actual wallet to update.
I've got a
5 minutes.
That's quick.
Yeah, I didn't bring it up yet. I didn't bring it up.
Are you sure you downloaded the right wallet?
I did, but I was wondering, as soon as the link was posted, I downloaded it, so it might have.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
It took me
it was
about an
pretty
hour
quick.
probably.
So it's going to take people a little while. Now, there was some, I just wanted to spell some information on Reddit. I heard there was things on Reddit about Daedalus won't be available, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's just Reddit. That's not the Cardano effect. Daedalus is out. Daedalus is out, right, guys? You've downloaded it.
Yeah.
I'm looking
Look
at
at it right here.
Yeah.
No, my node sync times took about 2 hours last night. And then once we got the blockchain, we brought it up on a couple relays to make sure we had clean synchronized relays, and then copied it over to the block producers in passive mode. Is that kind of what you guys did? Is you captured some of the blockchain, brought it up in sync, and then moved it over to the other nodes wherever you needed them?
No,
I just let them all start up.
Yeah,
that's what I did too.
I just hooked them all up, pulling off the IOHK relays, and then I swapped over the topos when they got close.
Okay, that's good. And then you swapped it over, so now they're talking to everybody, because right now mine is synced out to the others that are in the top of topology.
Cardano's decentralized now.
It is. It was decentralized on the Rust testnet too, but we saw it with our own two eyes. That was some serious heavy-duty decentralization, although it was a lot of work. It was definitely decentralized, and now even more so.
Yeah, I made a list of, I know it's not completely inclusive by any means, but maybe we could just kind of thank some of the people who can't be here tonight off the top of our heads, and I just wanted to run through some real quick. I wanted to thank Priyank. You don't come up and then get the ability to help others, so thank you very much. And Mike, you're here with us. We couldn't have done this without Pool Tool. And big praises for Homer and Glitch. You guys are grinding in the trenches. I know Marcus has done a great job as well as Martin with his scripts. I'd also, like to thank Sam Leathers and Richard Hammond for just hammering it with us in the Friends and Family group. You guys are awesome. Sebastian from Emergo, we appreciate you. Give a shout out to Jesse of Crypto Bounty, who won the ITN. His ticker's BNTY1. He had a 10% pool, and I think he made more rewards than any operator combined. So you rock, dude. Yep. And then it's Lord Watton's birthday today. So happy birthday, Lord. We appreciate you.
Wow, that's a good piece of information to know. There's also, you got the Pegasus app. You have Mask build that tool, which people seem to enjoy that one, the users of that pool, and that's Pega is his pool ticker. But yeah, huge thanks to Prank. Absolutely. Most of the people, the viewers who are here, there's 1,300 people right now. Thank you everyone who's watching, and we just want to make sure we know that Prank has been an absolute gem, and the same time and attention to detail that he gives you in the Cardano official channel and the Cardano tech support channel, he does the same thing for the pool operators in the pool operator channels. He gives them plenty of time and gives them very thoughtful and careful answers. And we just want to send out a huge thanks to Prank and his pool over there with RDLRT. So, and thanks for bringing up, Cal.
Yeah, the only other ones I wanted to thank real quick were, James Kelly. I know you don't get a lot of credit a lot of times, but that's AKA pool. We appreciate you. He was the pen tester who's got a 100% success rate with social engineering. That's pretty wicked. And then, John Dunsmore, who was on the Cardano Effect, he's helped a lot of pool operators set up their Wyoming LLCs. So thank you for that, for roughing it out and getting all that done in time.
And don't forget Master Chris Gaffanino, who absolutely he helped a lot of people in the early days of Jormungandr. I came at Epic, I think 8 or 9. I had no idea where to get anything, so he had a guide put together that I just followed and got my pool up and running. I'm sure he onboarded a lot of people, so I would like to thank him too for that.
I created my pool. Yeah, I created my pool because of him in Epoch 3, Jormungandr for noobs.
Yeah.
I also wanted to give another shout out to Martin too. Charles earlier was talking about the community trying to solve this ticker spoofing problem with the Smash server. But before that was out, Martin reached out to me directly and gave us a way to have a hash. That's the only way that you can create the ticker is if you have that hash. So that was a smart solution to that while we were waiting on that Smash server. So thanks, Martin.
Right. A lot of people were using his scripts. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
The Africa pool, was it
Proof of Africa,
AD Africa or something, kept putting out a lot of tutorials. When I first started, going through those really helped kind of put things into perspective visually.
Yeah,
and
I
stuff
think
like
his
that.
name is
And,
Max. I think, right?
Yeah, Max from POA Pool, POA, Proof of Africa.
Proof
That
of
was
Africa.
yeah, that was Max. He's a young fella too, and he does some fantastic work, great writing, and he has made an excellent guide. So if anyone is watching this and they're thinking, I want to set up a pool, check out the guides from Max. He did well.
Same with
Chris
Queen
is
Cashew
here.
too.
And Chris joined us.
Take a
Who's that-
second.
who's that
I didn't
pay?
get a chance.
Coin Cashew. I found
Adam.
that guide recently, and it's one of the best guides I've seen so far.
Coin Cashew. Oh, that's right. There was a guide. It's like a webpage document.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm always looking for the best guides to maybe tie into a video, and out of all the guides I've looked at, that seems like the most comprehensive so far.
Nice. If we can find a link for that, I'll drop it down below in the description.
Oh, I'd really like to thank IOHK for stepping up and giving ITN operators a way to convert their extended keys before mainnet launch. That was epic. Epic.
Oh. Yeah. What kind of effort do you think that took, Kyle? So what was the problem, and then how did they solve it? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so ITN operators had registered their pools on the ITN with extended keys, and in order for them to claim their rewards and able to use them for pool pledge, the very sophisticated conversion needed to take place. And I believe Richard told me it took IOHK 4 PhDs, and they did this in the last 48 hours. So they went to work for us, and that was epic. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much, IOHK. We appreciate all of the work you guys have done. It's been amazing. And just so people have an understanding, here's my general concept of decentralization, because some people think, well, the IOHK writes all the code. Well, of course I write all the code. You guys know how airline industry exists. You got United Airline and Delta Airlines and KLM and JAL, and you got like hundreds of different airlines out there. But they all buy Boeing jets. So we're like the airlines, and we're buying our Boeing jets from Boeing or Airbus, right? And then you build a business on top of that. So we're like the Deltas and United Airlines and KLMs and JLs and all the other ones out there, right? So they build the code. So basically, IOHK builds the building blocks that we use to build businesses and networks. And that's the general idea. And it's just going to expand even more in Goguen. And we are at T-minus 3 minutes. T-minus.
And they published the schematics and software to the world.
There you go. And it's free to the world. It's free. Nothing is copyrighted. Nothing is patented.
That's probably one of the most amazing things that IOHK has done. I mean, if you look at it, right, it's a very small company in the grand scheme of things. Such a small company from the United States, decentralized around the world. I'm not diminishing anything here, but it's building the next financial operating system for the world. I mean, it's just it's mind blowing that with. They were not by any means the largest ICO in the history of cryptocurrencies, and those guys, I don't know what they're doing right now, but the ratio of quality to the number of dollars that they raised is just astonishing. I think I work with this code, I work with these nodes every day, and it's just amazing. And I talk to people, right? I've talked to Lars, I've talked to Kevin. These people are PhDs with a lot of knowledge and experience behind them. If I want to back something up, I would back only, Cardano. This is why I'm here also, part of the reason.
Yeah, and I think a lot of credit needs to go to Charles. I mean, he's grown a lot as a CEO over the years, and for him to pull it all together and to build IOHK into what it is today, I mean, hats off. That's no easy task.
Yeah, and now IOG, right? Input Output Global, based out of Wyoming. And so that's everything moving forward. Hundreds of people, they're still hiring to get job applications everywhere.
And hats off to the people that wrote the paper.
Advertisements.
I didn't get a chance to when I was introducing myself, but to put our tickers out there. So our tickers for our pool will be Buffy and Spike.
Nice. Buffy and Spike. Buffy and Spike.
Buffy the Vampire was the staking. So I felt
that guys, we are
T-minus 60 seconds, everyone.
Minus 1 minute.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, and Chris is here. Hi, Chris.
Hey.
Dude, we were giving you a shout out right before you jumped in.
I heard the bat signal.
We were giving a shout out to you, man. There's a lot of operators out there. Thanks to you.
Well, thank you.
Huge shout out. What's your pool? Master, M-A-S-T-R, right?
Yeah, M-A-S-T-R, yeah.
Nice. You're the master Jedi, bro.
30 seconds, everyone.
30
All
seconds.
right.
Here we go.
Kyle brings out the hat.
Yeah, well, it's not really. I'll just hold it up so y'all can see it. Yeah, buddy.
One other pool that we forgot to shout out was the Angel pool. He's been helping out quite a bit.
Yes.
Right on. Angel pool. Yeah. All right. We're at team
10.
10 seconds.
9. Oh, we're behind. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's roll.
We're live. We're live.
Oh, wait. I got a tweet for the Tar Monsters. Hold on.
A tweet for the Tar Monsters.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Did you guys see the rocket launch on the little thing, the web page that has a thing? It had a little rocket go.
I mean,
whoever
that's how
made
you
that
want the
is pretty-
transition to happen, right?
Yeah.
It happened. Everything is working. I mean, I'm watching like 6 nodes actually at the same time.
Well,
Just
the wallet
everything-
already says create a new wallet, this Shelley wallet. So if you had Daedalus open and it's synced, it now does have the big red message that we had on the other wallets, where it says you have to upgrade your Byron wallet to the Shelley one.
Right.
So that did kick in right then.
Awesome.
It kicked in right at the turn. You were watching it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay.
All
We're
right.
gonna have to
All right.
download that. We were more tinkering with the nodes. Chris, tell us a little stuff, Chris. Here's what we're curious about, because we're going to wrap this podcast up shortly here, just in a few minutes. Because y'all pool operators, you need to go register your tickers, right? Y'all synced up, got your relays.
Exactly.
Y'all got everything done ahead of time. Well done, guys. Good planning.
Yeah.
Chris, what was your journey like getting here? How'd you get here, man? What was it like?
Well, I'll
September
tell you,
27th?
I definitely bit off more than I can chew because I'm managing 18 Linux instances right now.
Me too.
Yeah. So, but it's fun. They're obviously not all mine, but you know, Master's in the mix, and we'll be online shortly.
All right. So you're providing stake pools as a service.
Yes.
Or something like that.
That's right.
Good for you, man. Building a business on a business. Building businesses.
Right. Email me at graffwebdev, GRAFFWEBDEV @gmail.com.
There you go. That's a great shout out, man. and if you go into any Cardano Telegram, everybody knows who he is.
Oh, well,
I used to search Telegram like in early January. I'd be like, oh, where's that guide I heard about? Or was it in February? And I'd be like, I heard the Chris Graff guide has some tweaks on Linux. And I would search Chris, GRAF, although your last name is Graffinino, right? Did I pronounce it right this time?
Yes.
And then I'd search it and I go, there's that guide. And I'd find a few tweaks and I'd stick them in. And it was like, woo.
Well, we've all been doing that. So, and you know, I beg, borrow, and steal as much as anybody.
Mm-hmm. Well, you did a great job on sharing after you stole it. You're like Robin Hood.
Exactly right. Yeah. No, and that's what's great about this network. It's not just a network of nodes; it's a network of people. And I'm just so excited to have worked with people from all over the world, cooperating, building this thing, and very excited for the future.
Me too, man. Thanks for all your work.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I just like to let you guys know my pools real quick. Frog, Frog 2, and Wolf will be the pools I come out to market with.
Awesome.
I've seen Frog around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Ice Team, what's your pool? Tell us what's your ticker, man?
Ada Northport, ANP.
And which logo did you go with? You had a logo vote. You had 4.
Yeah.
The blue bear.
The bear with the high glue.
You got the bear. Okay, good for you, man. What do you say, guys? Is it time to go register some pools?
We got to go to work. No sleep till Brooklyn.
Yep.
All right. Let me wrap it up. All right. Thanks, everyone, guys and girls who are watching this podcast. This is episode 100. This is a significant event that's happened in the Cardano history. It's been a long time coming. We're finally here. Shelley is live. No one can tell you that Shelley's not live anymore. It's live. No more FUD. Get yourself ready. Download Daedalus. Go use Yoroi. Get your ADA off exchanges and be a part of the Cardano ecosystem. We're here to stay. There were a lot of people that joined us today. I want to thank everyone for joining us. Hopefully we can do 100 more, Rick. Episode 100, 100 more. So with that being said,
100 more. Let's talk about 1,000 more.
Let's do 1,000 more.
The sky's the limit, right?
The sky's the limit.
The sky's the limit, you med.
Sky's the limit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Tagline of my pool.
20 years from now, number 1020.
Okay.
2020.
Okay.
In the year
Line it up.
2099.
Thank you guys for having me on.
All right.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, big
Thanks,
thanks.
guys.
Good luck
Thank
to you.
you. Thank you for being here. Okay, I'm bringing
you,
down
everybody.
the stream. The stream's
All right.
down.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.